Hey everyone, it's B. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another video, and I'm here to talk about Aiden Ross. Now, for those of y'all who, well, I don't know, people follow different people, but Aiden Ross is a well-known content creator. I can't remember if he ever streamed on YouTube like that, but he's definitely been heavy on Twitch. He's been doing content creation for a while, but he's still relatively new to the YouTube Twitch scene, and over time his platform became very big. Actually grew pretty quickly, to the point where he started to bring on celebrity guests onto his streams, and so much so too that like a lot of like musical artists and like rappers, they started using his Twitch stream to promote their music. Like that's how big and prominent he became, even like within the music industry. But also Aiden is pretty popular in the black community as well, like in terms of the content creators. A lot of the artists and a lot of the guests that he would have on his streams were usually black. A lot of the content creators that he would collab with were black, and so I feel like Aiden is well known within that specific community because of the people that he would often collab with and have on his stream. And so when Aiden first kind of like started out, he was kind of known for the more like cringy content, the more sus content, essentially him portraying to be gay. And again, disclaimer, there's nothing wrong with being gay, and I don't think that there's like there is no specific way to act a certain kind of way, but he would often make jokes and comments that would suggest that he was into some, doing inappropriate things with other men, even though that's not what he identified as. But he would kind of use that as like a gimmick and a joke, and that's kind of what, strangely enough, drew people to his content more and more. And honestly, I never watched Aiden heavily like that. I just would watch a lot of clips, or if he did collab with someone that I know, I might go back and watch the highlights or whatever. The people would upload to YouTube. But my overall like impression of Aiden that I always got was that he was kind of easily impressionable and easily swayed. I feel like he did do a lot of things in order to, build out his audience and gain a lot of viewership. I feel like a lot of that is kind of what drove his personality and how he would portray himself online. Like, he just seemed like he did things for the likes and he did things for the clicks. He just was always very just over dramatic and playing into things. And you see, like, there are clips out there of him making his guests feel uncomfortable at the expense of, trying to get that attention. And so to me, Aiden has always been someone that has been easily influenced. And considering that he also is, in his early 20s, as I am, sometimes, during that time period, you're still trying to figure out who you are and who you want to be and how you want to portray yourself to the public. And when you are someone that comes into a lot of attention and you get new viewers and new fans and stuff like that, sometimes that can affect how you portray yourself. But as of recently, it seemed like he had been trying to pivot from that type of content that he used to do, but in a very interesting way. And so this all surprisingly started from one, like, I guess you could call it an interview that he did with Andrew Tate. It all kind of started from there, I guess. Granted, I still have yet to watch the full thing with him and Andrew Tate. I just seen clips of some of the things that Andrew Tate said. But essentially, he, oh God, I just realized I am going to be speaking about Andrew Tate in this video. And I'm going to be honest, I cannot stand his fans. His fans are some of the worst on the internet. I told myself I wasn't going to talk about Andrew Tate. Granted, this isn't a video about Andrew Tate. It's just he is relevant to this whole thing with Aiden Ross. And so please, if you're an Andrew Tate fan, to just say that if you come on my platform being disrespectful, I'm going to block you. So just disclaimer, okay? I'm not here to get into a back and forth about Andrew Tate. This literally has nothing to do with him. It's just he is a part of, what Aiden's trying to do. But anyway, back to the original topic at hand. So Aiden started to, pivot with his content. I kind of started to I guess, change his lifestyle. He started to work out more. He had cut his hair. He announced that he went celibate. But he was doing all of this in attempts to kind of follow, I guess, some of the teachings of Andrew Tate. And it appeared that, I guess, maybe the people at Twitch got a hold of this, or heard that he was trying to maybe promote some of Andrew Tate's ideals, and they didn't like that, and so they threatened to kick him off the platform, or someone from Twitch threatened to kick him off the platform. Now, of course, at first I was confused, because I was like, I get it. Andrew Tate is someone that the media does not like right now, and so anyone that's trying to align themselves with Tate kind of risks, their own platform. But I didn't understand why he would get kicked off if the things that he was doing wasn't like inappropriate, like if he wasn't breaking any guidelines and he was just kind of like working out and working on him. I was confused why they would threaten to kick him off the platform. Like that didn't make any sense to me, but I'm also not going to sit here and say that they were lying, because we don't really know. And so because of all this drama with Twitch trying to kick him off, he ended up landing a deal with Kick, which is another up-and-coming video sharing platform. There's a few that's popping up. Kick, Rumble, there's a few that's been popping up. And I guess Kick offered him a multi-million deal, I believe, to not stream exclusively. He's not streaming exclusively on Kick yet. But I think that's where he was trying to go with it. And so he had moved over to Kick, but then he started being reckless over there, because I guess they don't really have the same terms and conditions that a platform like Twitch and YouTube has. Over there, you really can do whatever. You can stream whatever you want to. People can say whatever they want to. You can say curse words. You can say slurs over there. You can stream movies and all that, and the platform itself is not going to punish content creators for doing that. But the problem is, though, that even if Kick doesn't take any accountability for that, these larger companies will. And from what I heard, Aiden had streamed the Super Bowl. That, I know for a fact, that's illegal, to stream the Super Bowl for free. There's a lot of things that you cannot stream, react to. Like, you see, like, some of your favorite reactors, they get copyright claimed left and right because these major companies. Even with me, I remember, like, when I was first starting out with my YouTube channel, I reacted to a couple of videos. I think one was like this tattoo show on VH1, not Black Ink Crew. It was like you had to get the same tattoo that someone else got, or like they got to choose your tattoo. It was something like that. I reacted to that. I reacted to a video from the Steve Wilkos show. All that got copyright claim, because those networks will copyright claim your stuff and they'll come after your money. Aiden puts himself at a huge risk with doing some of this stuff, because he thinks, oh, well, the platform's not going to get me, so this is all free game. But you don't understand how the law works and how copyright works. You can still be held accountable for these things. And if Kick grows big enough to where they can start implementing some advertisers, those terms and conditions are going to come. Trust and believe. When they get big enough, that's what happens. When you bring in advertisers and you bring in more money, there's going to be more rules that follow that. So even if Kick is like that right now, probably won't stay like that. I say all that to say, so basically with Aiden, he had came out, he put out a tweet saying that there are only two genders. And so, of course, that immediately sparked outrage. I feel like he knew that. There's no way, especially with someone like Aiden, and at his age, in this social media space, he knows what things are going to trigger people. There's no way he didn't know that was going to piss people off. I refuse to believe that he did not know that as a content creator himself. And so he said that, it set the internet on fire, and now people are trying to cancel him, right? Again, we've seen this time and time again, when people say stuff that is problematic against a certain group of people, those group of people opt to try to cancel that person. Now I don't condone a lot of what Aiden says and does. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, I think he does things for shock value and for clicks. And I think this is another instance where he was trying to draw attention to himself. I really don't think that this was like an accident, or he didn't think that people were gonna get all up in arms. I think he came out with a video as well saying like, oh yeah, I have friends that are trans and they agree with me. And it's like, that's just like if a white person said the N-word and they said, oh, my one black friend said I could say it, so it's fine. Like, that's not, you can't do that. If you want to talk about that amongst just you and your trans friends, cool. But you putting that out there, it's just, it doesn't look good, and it's just ignorant. Should he be canceled? I don't know. I think when people try to cancel folks, it's very finicky. Rarely do people actually ever get canceled for real, for real. I think, again, as I say all the time, choose who you want to support. I am not going to blame anyone for wanting to no longer support Aiden Ross after saying something like this, or anything that he's done in the past. Like, at any point, if you decide, like, you know, you don't want to support him, I think people have every right to do that. Now, do I think his platform should get taken away? I don't know. If he continues to be reckless and ignorant and spewing, you know, this type of rhetoric, you know, out there in the public, I do think there should be some type of repercussions. Whether that he loses a sponsorship or stuff like that. I do think that when you are representing these platforms, you also have to represent yourself in a certain way, and these platforms have every right to say, look, you're not representing us in the way that we represent our brand, and so we're gonna have to kind of distance ourselves from you. And I hate to sit here and advocate for someone losing their main source of income. And I don't know what else Aiden has going on. I don't know if he has merch. I don't know if he has like side businesses. I don't know if he invests his money. But just from the outside looking in, it looks like him streaming is his current main source of income. And so I would hate to sit up here and say that he should get all that taken away. But I also think that Aiden has a lot of growing up to do. Yeah, I think that he's just in a stage right now where he's still trying to figure out who he wants to be in terms of a content creator. And he is still finding himself in these situations that just make him look really bad. But also, too, even to say, like, oh, should he be canceled? I feel like if Aiden's gonna get canceled, it's gonna be of his own doing. Like, we don't even have to do the canceling. It seems as though that he's putting himself in that situation. But yeah, man, I don't think Aiden is a bad guy. At his core, I don't think he's a bad person. I just think he makes really dumb decisions, really immature decisions. And I think that as he grows in his career, he'll be able to look back and say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done those things or said those things or whatever. And I hope that, because also you would think if he's on this journey of becoming a better man, that he wouldn't do some of the stuff that he's doing. I mean, I've even heard that he's been streaming on. Okay, I could be wrong about that, but that's what I've heard. And so it's just like, come on. Like, come on. I'm for you, like, testing out new platforms, but if you're just gonna go over there and be reckless, you're kind of helping Twitch's point. You know what I mean? And so I just want Aiden to move more smart and strategically with, you know, his content and him as a content creator. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see where Aiden goes from here, because right now it looks like he's on a decline, and I don't want him to fall off because of everything that he's doing. I want him to continue to grow and evolve. You know, we'll also see where this kick stuff goes, because again, he's been very reckless. His chat has been very reckless, and there's just no type of regulations over there, and I don't really see it going well. I mean, I've even seen other people talk about this and how Aiden is at risk of getting sued heavily because of some of the things that he's streaming over there. So I just want Aiden to make better decisions. That's all in all is what I want. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you think Aiden Ross deserves to be canceled? Do you think he deserves, you know, some redemption? Do you believe that he just needs some maturing to do? Let me know what your overall thoughts are in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video.